Field of four once again. Ray Belando on the inside. Dance Fighter, Peggy Vale, and Violet Stanford on the outside of the field of four. 21.70 the distance. Just about set to go. Ready. Green lights up. Mobile speeds away. And the trotters are on their journey. Violet Stanford's come out well from wide out. There's not a great deal of speed early on, and Ray Belando's going to drive through and keep the lead. Violet Stanford caught without cover, but will surely get across into the running line because Dance Fighter was quite content to get the spot behind the leader, and now Violet Stanford's been able to jump in for the trail, three back the pegs, ahead of Peggy Vale, who settles down at the rear of the field. So the field of four make their way into the back straight, and it's Ray Belando out in front. Leads out by a neat length on in second, Dance Fighter. A similar margin to Violet Stanford in third placing, and last of the four was Peggy Vale, but it's no more than about 15 metres off the front. As they head down towards the mile pole, and Ray Belando led from barrier one and was able to keep the lead. In second spot was Dance Fighter, and in third spot as they come off the back straight was Violet Stanford. 1400 to go, and just losing a bit of touch of ground there was Peggy Vale. It's about 8 or 9 metres now off the third horse and about 20 or so off the front, but still trotting as they come around the home turn. 1200 metres left to travel. In trial number 3, out in front was Ray Belando. Leads out still by a neat length. In second spot was Dance Fighter as the speed just starts to increase slightly. 3 the pegs was Violet Stanford, and Peggy Vale is chasing hard at the rear of the field. The number may have slipped there, so not sure if that's causing any interference to the horse at all, but he's still at the rear of the field. So they run towards the back straight, about 850 to go, and out in front was Ray Belando, still 6 metres clear. On in second, Dance Fighter, who's been quite content to sit in the trail, will have the option of the Ben Stud sprint lane in this last circuit as the leader starts to really ramp it up. Violet Stanford is waiting as long as possible to get going, and about 15 or so away to Peggy Vale at the rear of the field. So they work towards the end of the back straight. Ray Belando's got them running, leads out by about 6 metres, but now coming was Violet Stanford very quickly. Got up past Dance Fighter. There's almost room to jump in behind it, but it won't do so. And Peggy Vale is about 30 or 40 metres away at the rear. Now the leading pair start to really ramp it up. Ray Belando the leader. Violet Stanford on the outside goes up to share the lead. Dance Fighter is whacking away, but it's 25 away, and it's a long gap then to Peggy Vale. In the straight, it's Violet Stanford going up to take the lead from on the inside, Ray Belando, but it's Violet Stanford in front just. It's being restrained heavily to to win by a narrow margin in the end. It was held together all the way up the home straight. It beats Ray Belando by a pimple, about 30 away then to Dance Fighter. It wasn't a bad effort, and a long gap to Peggy Vale, who's come in at the rear of the field and saw them all safely home.